Hello everybody and welcome to a special video. In today's video we're going to be answering some of the TFNation questions that Tony put up in the TFNation group. For those of you that don't know, TFNation is a convention that takes place in Birmingham, England. It's normally a yearly thing. We've had a bit of a break over the whole lockdown and COVID period. I think the last one was in 2019. The one that was in 2020 was the first one that didn't take place. And that was where we were meant to meet the likes of Peter Cullen and Frank O-Rourke. But 2019, I believe we did have Stan Bush, so I can't really grumble at that. It was still an amazing event. Anyway, it's a convention based around Transformers, very much like TFCon if you're based in the US or Canada. We've got a number of questions. There's 10 questions in total. I'm going to answer those and then tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing at TFNation this year. When will I be getting there? That's question number one. I'll be arriving on Friday, probably around midday to 1 o'clock. I'll be arriving with my wife and my eldest son. My youngest is going to be staying at home with the mother-in-law. Poor child. We'll be taking a van up there because I've got a stall this year and selling some of my wares. But yeah, we should be there around say, midday to 1. I'll be staying the whole weekend. My son's got a race kind of around that area as well. I think that's on Saturday, so my wife will be leaving sometime during Saturday, taking him to his race and then coming back. But yeah, we should be there to the bitter end on Sunday. What do you really want this year? I don't really need much, but it says want. MMC's take on first aid. I've seen loads of people showing off their MMC Bruticus and the Combaticons, and I've seen that they're doing those in the G2 colours as well. Now, I never liked the combined form. I think it was just too small. I like my combiners and I like them big, but it just kind of came across a bit small for my liking. But their individual bot modes, now those on the other hand, look absolutely sublime, and first aid is fantastic. Absolutely adore how he looks. I've actually put down here as well the DNA upgrades for Black Zarak. I have the kit for Scorponok. I have a Black Zarak in my collection and he is indeed lacking that DNA upgrade kit. I think somebody maybe like Kapow or In Demand Toys, maybe that's something they would stock. So I definitely make a beeline for them when the doors open. What is your travel playlist? Well, you'd have to say the 86 movie soundtrack. But it's going to be a good, what is it? It's about 100, I think about 120 miles to get to Birmingham from mine. So you'd probably go through the soundtrack. You play a few of them twice, I think. But we normally put like an Amazon playlist on, like my boy likes what's currently in the charts. Maybe, I don't know, Stranger Things soundtrack's pretty good at the moment, isn't it? Some really decent tunes on there. And Ms. Marvel, if you watch Ms. Marvel on Disney Plus, you either love it or you hate it, but the soundtrack for that show is absolutely sublime. I know there's a few fan-made playlists, but that's something definitely worth listening to. Like I say, we're hiring a van this time around with 3 seats in the front, so I'm sure we can fight over us about who's in charge of the music. It'll be me. Have I ordered any commissions this year? No, I haven't. Normally I order a commission through Ed Perry. I absolutely adore his artwork. We've got several Venoms that he's drawn for Sammy. Sammy's still a Venom nut. Normally we get something from him. I think we wanted to get something off him 2020, I think, but obviously that never happened. So I'd definitely love to pay him a visit and get some of his artwork. I absolutely adore his style. And Matt Ferguson's there this year as well. The guy that done the artwork for the Steelbox for Transformers the movie. He done it for various posters. He just shared his Thor Love and Thunder poster as well, and that looked absolutely sublime. So I'd love to get some of his stuff and maybe get some of that signed as well. I just like going down, looking at all of the artists and and all of the people that are there building their own things. It's the equivalent of kind of Artist's Alley. They have a section there where you can just go along and check everything out. But yeah, definitely pay Ed a visit, and I'll definitely go via Matt as well. Love to get those guys to sign something. And following on from that, what have we got next? Question number 5. Are you getting any non-transforming toy tat? Tony gave the example of things like Transformers lunchboxes. I don't know. I may pop via Nick Snowden's brother is there. Nick's always got a stall as well, but his brother's there, and his brother makes things like waistcoats out of old Transformers and old 80s bed linen and curtains. And he's actually making shirts as well, full-length shirts. So I might pop by and get a kind of vintage-made shirt. That sounds really nice. Or even a waistcoat. Other than that, I don't really collect anything. Maybe a nice mug. I had some older mugs that I had from my childhood. I had like a Street Fighter one that broke. So I'm kind of all out of vintage mugs. So maybe if I can find something like that. Or, of course, a vintage lunchbox. You cannot go wrong with those old school lunchboxes. I had Transformers, I had the Turtles one, I had a Ghostbusters one. They were absolutely sublime. Will you be getting anything autographed? Like I said, I would like to get some of the artwork done. I'd like to get that autographed as well. And Gary Chalk is going to be there as well. Being a child of 1984, I grew up with Beast Wars in 1996. I was 12 and it was the prime time for me. I used to adore Beast Wars, and then of course we got Armada and Energon and Cybertron. What a time to have been a fan. Really kind of revitalized my love for the toys when I was that age. I would love to get something signed by Gary. I just want to hear his voice, really. What a sensationally smooth and raspy voice. Absolutely adore him. I do have the reissue of Primal that Tony was talking about in his video. Again, that's a good shout to get that signed. That's the kind of reissue of the vintage 1990, I think that was 1996, wasn't it? It was released initially. It's the reissue of that toy. They're in Smith's at the moment, I think, or no doubt somewhere like Kapow or ID Toys, they'll have them there. Or Gary may even have his own sort of things there that he can sign away. I think I've got, yeah, I've got my Beast Machines DVDs. Maybe we'll get those signed. Let's have a look. 7. What is your drink of choice? I am a rum man. Actually, I say I'm a rum man. I like gin as well. I don't know, maybe rum, a dark rum and pineapple juice. That is a splendid drink of choice. Or a gin and diet lemonade. I hopefully this year will be drinking with my Irish friends. I drank with those back in 2019 or 2018, but it was a good session. There was a lot of drinking involved, and the Irish ladies, they drunk us all under the table, especially Jess. Yep, she knows how to drink. So her and Tim, couldn't keep up with those two. What a nightmare. But yes, I drink responsibly, of course. But rum for me this year, I think. Are you interested in any other fandoms? I've got bits of everything here. I've got Thundercats, I've got He-Man. If it's 80s related, chances are I adore it. I was brought up with Visionaries, 0 Hour, that was one called Manta Force, Supernaturals, Inhumanoids, Centurions, Silverhawks, and yes, I am very aware of Ramen toys. Of course, Mask as well. I dip in and out of those. Transformers really through and through. Had a fad of collecting things like Braves, Eldorans, Sentai and Power Rangers. I like them, I like how they look, but they don't really mean anything to me. Not like the Transformers did, hence they've all stuck around. Number 9, are you a noob or a veteran? I started going when it was auto assembly. I think I had 2 auto assemblies, and then it became TFNation. I wouldn't say I was a veteran. I'd say I've got experience of going to the conventions. They're for parents out there. If it's your first time going, I know a lot of you have actually had kids since the last convention. If you're bringing in youngsters, there's nothing more magical than watching your child rummaging through the boxes trying to find a bargain. It is fantastic. I remember Sammy, my eldest, he's now 13 and 6 foot, well, nearly 6'1", it's up here. But I remember seeing him, a small wee whippet of a child, rummaging through all of these boxes. I think most of them were kind of at the space bridge. He's kind of going through those and just trying to find the bargains, and it was fantastic. I was enjoying the hunt for him. I mean, yes, we could have probably found some of the figures that he picked up. We could have already found them complete on some of the other stalls, but he didn't care. He wanted something to play with on the table. He wanted toys. He wanted something to transform like his dad. And there was nothing more magical than watching that rummage through those boxes. It really reminded me of the old yard sales and car boot sales I had when I was a kid. Are you going to watch any of the panels? I don't actually know what the panels are this year. I haven't really checked. I'd like to. Obviously, I have a stall this year, so I can't go to the panels during the day. I mean, I can work vice versa with my wife. We can take it in turns if there's anything. I'd still have to watch anything with Gary. But we've got a few decent voice actors this time round as well. I will include a link to TFNation in the description as well. So if you are interested and you haven't booked your ticket yet, I'm pretty sure there's still plenty of time. What are we, like 5 weeks away, I think? But I'd love to go to a panel, but I like the independent panels as well. I know people like TF UK did one. There's Few normally does a panel, which is normally fantastic. I'm hoping that we're going to get a triple takeover. Right, we're going to get the likes of those 3 gentlemen doing a panel. There's so many. Do Moonbase still do panels? Do Moonbase 2 still do panels? I hope so. I mean, it's good to get these kind of independent groups and bring the fandom together. You could discover a whole new podcast or channel just by dropping into some of these panels. They're the ones I really want to kind of be a part of again and really kind of attend. I remember it was at Rollout Roll Call, I think. Me and Thew was sitting and watching one of the toy panels. One of the guy was chatting about the designs that go into these figures and how he designs certain characters. And we had this silver platter arrive with his food. We didn't expect it to arrive on a silver platter, but my goodness me, did we look uppity and snobbish just sitting there, and suddenly this big silver platter come in, interrupting the whole kind of presentation. It's like, sorry, yep, that was us that ordered that. So, but yes, independent panels, that is what I would like to attend. And I think that is it. That is the 10 questions answered. Obviously, feel free to jot those down. I will list them in the description below as well, so you could do a video as a response to this one, or as a response to Tony's video. Now, we will be having a stall there this year. I will have lots of my own toys, various bits behind me. Let's see what we can see. I don't know if you can actually, you can't see, the edges are here and here, aren't they? But I've got the likes of the TFC ST Commander. I've got the Tyrant from TFC, the Megatron. I've got the full Troublemaker version of Devastator. I've got all of my APC Transformer Prime figures. They'll all be going. I've got the likes of the new Small Deluxe Bumblebee from 3A, the Small Deluxe Prime from 3A. I've got the likes of Rescue Pioneer, the oversized version of Masterpiece Ratchet. I have got loads. I've got before and after Six Sigma. On top of all of my personal belongings, I'm bringing a load of bits from Shozy, including a nice big tablecloth, so you can see. They'll be giving away some stickers, and on the back there'll be discount vouchers to use on the Shozy website. I'll be bringing some stuff from Sir Toys, which will include little bags of mini-cons. We'll open up the bags, you scan the barcode, you can take a free mini-con. And I'll also be bringing some of those KO Fans Toys products. I'm bringing 10 of the KO Fans Toys Cyclonus, 10 of the KO Fans Toys Astro Train, and also 10 of the KO New Age Soundwave. The KOs of those, it was the Mister or something like that, wasn't it? It's the Dark of the Moon Soundwave, basically done by New Age, the NPM style one. The same team that KO'd Cyclonus have done that version of Soundwave, so I'll be bringing 10 of those to shift as well. I'm not looking to make a big profit on these. I'm literally going to be selling them once they've cleared customs. I'll be selling them for what they are worth, so you should be able to get a great bargain there. And if they do all sell out, I'll also take your details down and I'll contact my friend in China that sent all these over, and they'll contact you in turn and kind of arrange to have them shipped directly to you, and they'll take payment. So I will be bringing a card reader as well, so we don't just have to deal in cash. I think a lot of the dealers there will have card readers. Not sure what the signal and Wi-Fi is going to be like in there. I think somebody was discussing mobile phones and cell phone signals in the Hilton. I think we established that EE and O2 are probably the best for signal, and 3 is just a bit naff in there, unfortunately. But very much looking forward to going this year. I miss you all so much. It's going to be really nice catching up with you. I owe a lot of you drinks, and I've been told a lot of people owe me drinks, so hopefully it'll all kind of balance out. That's the idea anyway. Thank you very much to Tony for starting this chain of videos yet again. It's good to see him back on videos. Fingers crossed that Graham, the Collector 75, can make it to TFNation. He's not sure if he can yet. I will have a little box of stuff for him from Sir Toys. If he can't make it, then I'll just forward those on to him. So hopefully we'll see some more content from Graham in the not too distant future. And for myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy lives to watch this video. Until next time, goodbye.